All right, how's it going, everybody? So today is Monday. It is about to be the new year, and so there's a talk that I want to have with you guys here soon. But we just got done with trading. I'm going to give you guys a recap of the trade that we made today, up around 1,800 across 20 accounts. So if we take a look over here, we can see that it is $1,862. We are up around $37,240 just today. I didn't even trade for more than an hour. I wasn't on the charts for more than an hour. A lot of people think that you need a lot of time to be able to trade and make this, what you actually do for a living, but that's just not the case. So today we made just under $40,000 in less than an hour. And so I'm going to be showing you guys a recap of how exactly I did that and what trade that I actually took. I know you guys enjoyed that in the last video, so I'm going to actually be showing you guys a step into my trading, giving you guys just a first-hand perspective on what it looks like for me trading. But right before I do that, I have a one-on-one call with one of my students. So we have my boy Hawk right here. He's a new member. He just joined around last Friday. I'm going to get to know him. This is his first call, so I'm pretty much just going to get to know him, going to be able to understand his history with trading, his past, the things that he struggles with, why he joined in the first place, and then how exactly I can help him. That's what we're gonna go through on this call. So I'm gonna get that done here soon, and I also want to have a talk with you guys later because it's the new year. There's a lot of things coming up. This is going to be my last year. 2025 is my last year not being a millionaire. All right, guys, so right now we're gonna get into my trade that I took today and then why I actually ended up taking this. So I'm gonna give you guys a really good inside scoop on exactly my input on what happened today in the market, and then how I ended up making money and how you probably could have done the same. Basically, coming into this morning, we had 9:30 open. We had a pretty bearish candle come out. We ended up tapping into this 1 minute right over here, and then after we ended up tapping into this 1 minute, instant signs of rejection right here. We ended up pretty much bull running until we hit London highs right over here. So we hit London highs and then we get some rejection there. If we go to the 2-minute time frame, we have a big gap right here that we were trying to inverse. We also have 5 minutes. So there's just a lot of displacement happening here. For me to wait for confirmation to then see sells after we hit buy side liquidity would be, okay, let us start disrespecting bullish gaps and then respecting bearish gaps. So obviously, no, we did not close below this. We did not get an inversion on this 1 minute, but what you can see is we get a very strong close inside of it, which still is not respect. We're not respecting this when we're closing inside of it, especially with no signs of rejection. But then if we go over to the left, you see that we are respecting this bearish 1 minute right here. So this to me is showing me, okay, price action right now is showing bearish confirmation. So where do we want to go? Some people in my live pointed out, okay, we have these equal lows right here. I was like, okay, not really too interested in the equal lows, simply because the equal lows were just used to sweep out these lows. So we got a resweep before we ended up making that bullish move. So I wasn't too worried about the equal lows. What I am worried about is if I'm looking to take a TP anywhere, it's going to be at this candle's body. This is going to be a good knowledge for any of you guys who are watching this. So basically what happens is whenever you see big wicks like this, that's because there's a lot of orders inside of these wicks. That's what's causing these reactions. There's a ton of orders inside of the wick, which means that whenever you go into big wicks like this, the price is very likely, this is why rejection blocks work, price is very likely to have reactions here. That's why instead of trying to target the low through the wicks, I'll target lows through the bodies because I'm trying to hit my TP. I'm not trying to sit into any drawdown. I'm not trying to wait until it hits the very top of the wick or the very bottom of the wick to end up making my money. I want to guarantee my money as much as I possibly can. That means that instead of trying to wait until these lows get hit through the wicks, I'm taking TPs at bodies because more often than not, whenever you're targeting wicks like this, you end up getting edged and then your stop loss goes to break even and then you get break even on a trade that you should have won on. And that's because you're targeting the external side of the wick. I'm targeting bodies. That means that I'm going to hit TP 9 times out of 10 when most people would have gotten break even. So the trade that I actually took, I took it off the 30-second here. Now for the trade that I ended up taking, I ended up going on a way smaller time frame than most people would have. If you look at this is the 30-second. Even the 30-second, you can tell the price action is very bearish. We're trending bearish right here. But as far as displacement goes, there's not really anything that we're seeing that's too strong, and we're also not getting very great structure. So sometimes when that happens, when the higher time frames are a little bit unclear or a little bit more choppy than you'd want to see, when you scale down to the seconds charts, you will end up seeing that price looks way more clear because you're getting way more context within the market. So the trade that I ended up taking was right here. I ended up seeing, okay, price action very bearish. We ended up getting a closure below a 5 minute right here, which I'll show you guys. I ended up taking my fill around this gap right here. My stop loss went above these highs, and then my take profit, like I said, was right around here. So we have a nice 1-to-1, around a 1-to-1 trade right here, 1.27R. So now this trade is not the highest risk reward, but that is because I'm trying to stack consistent winning days. I'm not really worried about catching crazy risk reward trades. So we have this trade very clearly bearish. Okay. That's why I was so confident in this, because we literally sat in like almost no drawdown for this trade and the direction was very clear. That's why I'm comfortable taking trades like this. And so as you see, we ended up making a lot of money today, just under $40,000 in a single day. And that is something that I'm going to be able to repeat because I'm not going for crazy risk reward trades. I'm simply just taking my piece of the pie, and that's what I'm happy with, and that's why I'm making this money. So let me know if you guys want more stuff like this in the videos. All right, guys, so we got most of the stuff that we actually have to get done in the morning over with, so that's all done. Now, I'm about to go outside because the UV is a little bit higher right now. It's around like 4, so if you guys don't know, tanning makes you richer, and getting tan just feels good, as you guys can see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little bit more tan than I normally am. But anyway, besides that, we have accounts that we are passing right now. So I took my trade on the live Apex accounts, but right now we are going to be passing 6 more accounts. I'm working up my tax write-offs at the end of the year because if you guys don't know, the way that I structure my company is that basically I'm an LLC, but I also file as an S Corp. And so what that means is any expenses that I have for my trading, I can write that off of my taxes, and I can set off my income to then be non-taxable income, which means any accounts that I end up purchasing in the year of 2025, I can write off for my taxes in 2025. That includes activation fees, that includes eval. So I'm buying a lot of accounts right now and just passing them in a setup for the new year. Not only that, but also so that I'm able to write off a lot more on my taxes. So I'm passing accounts right now. We got our TP edged a bit right there, but we're up around 1500 right now. And so while that happens, I'm gonna go outside and go on a walk. I feel like I think so much more clear when I'm in the sun, and so I really want to talk to you guys later on in this video, not only to motivate you guys, but also give you guys somewhat of a plan for yourselves in the year of 2026 and what that actually looks like. Because in the beginning of this year, I was working for $14 an hour. I was still working a job, and I really do think that you guys can take away a lot from my experience and everything that's happened for me within 2025 and use that for yourselves in 2026 so you can have an outcome similar to mine. You guys can do better. You might do a little bit less. Whatever it is, you guys have the capability to do literally whatever you want in 2026, because I would not have been able to fathom what I did in 2025 at the beginning of the year. So make sure you're thinking big for yourself. And I want to get into that, what you guys can actually be doing actively to pursue your goals and your dreams, but then also how to actually do that. Like, what are some actionable steps for you guys to actually do and take away so that you guys can have a great year of 2026 and change your life just like mine did. All right, guys, so long story short, we ended up training. We did MMA today, and then we got back, and then we plan on going late tonight. We're gonna go to Waffle House, me and my boys. So, but before we have that, we have the coaching call that we have to get done with the students. This coaching call is going to be very heavily focused on 2026, our goals, and how we're actually going to get there. I have mine personally. A lot of my students have their own. And so with that being said, we're going to get them prepared for the new year. We're going to be telling them exactly how to get to their goals and kind of think them through the process of actually getting to where they want to be, and take them through real steps, real guidance to actually get to where they want to be, not just tell them some regurgitated information that, you know, other people, you'll probably hear from anybody else on social media. I want to give them actionable steps, real information to then help them get to where they want to be. So that is a coaching call that I'm hopping on in 1 minute. Now, before we do that, I want to go through a testimonial that I just got through. So this is from my boy Kazaya right here. He said, "Hey bro, I appreciate you so much for what you have done for me, and the little amount of time the payout that I just took really showed me that I have what it takes to be independent in trading, and I couldn't thank you enough for what you have shown me what is possible at our age." So Kazaya is very young. I believe he's around 17 years old. He just took a $1,400 payout. I don't know about you guys, but when I was 17 years old, $1,400 was like the world to me. You know what I mean? So I sent him a little text back, and just to show you guys, if we go to the Discord, he ended up showing us the payout that he ended up getting right here. That is the payout that he took. And then Jacob right here also sent in another one. He said, "Just got done showing 2 winning trades on the live call. 2 trades that I would not have had if it weren't for the mentorship. I've only been in the mentorship for about 2 weeks now, so I do not have any payouts to show yet, but I know that they are coming soon. Benny, as well as this community, have helped my psychology so much, and I'm grateful for that. Love you all." I love seeing messages like this. I just love seeing testimonials because it reminds me that what I'm doing is bigger than myself. It is bigger than just Benny, what Benny can do, and how Benny can, you know, get a successful business, or how Benny can, you know, have influence on people. It really is about improving everybody's lives. Like, these are real people who are genuinely getting their lives changed by the help of me. I'm not going to take credit for it all. They put in the work themselves. They talk to God about their goals, and then from there, things start to work out in their favor, but they have me along their side helping them. So that just means a lot that I'm able to help these people change their lives. And through the help that I've been able to give them, it really does mean the world to me that I can, you know, help them out in such a way and help change lives, because there's really no bigger blessing than that. So anyway, with that being said, if you guys want to go check that out, the one-on-one mentorship, you guys can go in the description, check out. It's going to be the first link. You can apply to that. I also have a free trading course. If you guys are wanting to get in on a free trading course, there's also a link in the description. But where I do my one-on-one calls with students, we have a group to where we're doing live live calls like this. We do live trading every day. We have educational videos. So much stuff goes on in there. So with all that being said, I'm going to get on this coaching call, but if you guys want to go check that out, first link in the description to figure out what I do to actually make my money. All right, everybody. So we pretty much got all the boring stuff done for the day. Now we are about to go on a little drive because I want to talk to you guys a bit about the new year. At the beginning of 2025, I had just quit my job and I started making a lot of money with trading, and not long before that I had met my fiance. And so during this year, during 2025, not only did I have my first successful year like as a business owner, as a trader, I had already had success in 2024, but I really scaled it and made it felt limitless in 2025. And so I graduated high school in 2025, I got engaged in 2025, and all of these things are great, like it really is, but it's even greater when you realize where you came from during that year. And I really want that to motivate you guys, because I pretty much drove myself crazy about everything that I have today, everything that I wanted to accomplish. I've driven myself crazy about it, and it really is like kind of psychotic, the way that I go about my goals and go about attaining the things that I want, because like it literally does not matter what it is standing in front of me or who's doubting me or what the circumstances are. I will always see that out, and I've proven that to myself and the people around me time and time again. And you guys really do have to kind of adopt that mindset of just being unshakable no matter what somebody says or what people might be thinking about your goals or your aspirations. A lot of the times, guys, it's not even just going to be the people that are like haters. Like a lot of the time, the people that are going to hold you back the most and make you second guess yourself the most are going to be the people around you, people that even love you or have your best interest at heart. It's not their fault that they don't understand the things that you want to accomplish and how big you can dream, but never let that change what you actually want to do. And honestly, on an even realer note, a lot of these things that I've attained this year, I can make a conscious note and kind of know to myself that my relationship with God over the past couple months, it hasn't been as intimate because I felt like I've had to kind of do everything myself and like put everything together myself. As far as my career goes, my relationship goes, all of those things, like I know for a fact that I need God in that, and that without him, like I literally wouldn't have anything to this day, and I won't have those things in the future if I can't kind of fix my priorities. But I really want you guys to understand my perspective here, because I don't want you guys to fall into the same thing to where pretty much life just gets so busy, and then so after God rewards you with certain things and he gives you certain blessings, you get too busy with the blessing and then you forgot who even gave it to you. And so my life, or like my excuses have been like, oh, I'm so busy, I work all the time, I have no time during the day, like I don't have time to do anything. And like, yes, like I'll go to church and yes, I will read, but the intentionality of my relationship with God has not been as it normally was before all this happened, before I became this busy. And so I can consciously make the note that I definitely need in 2026 to make this and my work more of a ministry and make it work for God, because it's from him. And so that's really what I want to focus on in 2026. And so no matter how many materialistic goals you might set, which is, there's no problem with that. You want a certain dollar amount a month, that's great, and you can do that, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But just know, when you keep God close to yourself in your journey, the journey's more peaceful, you have way more fulfillment within reaching your goals, and you also will never feel alone. One of the things that I used to ask for the most would be just to be able to bless the people around me and to be able to take care of everybody that needed help, to be able to go out to eat with my friends and family and be able to pay for it, all those things. And I attained that and I got that. And then somehow, even when God gave me exactly what I wished for and exactly what I wanted, somehow in my mind, I'm still playing the card of, well, now nobody's doing this for me. I was able to pour out to everybody else, but it didn't really matter, because in my mind, I was like, wait, I'm taking care of everybody else, but nobody's really taking care of me in that way. At least that's how it felt. And then so I kind of had to take a step back, and I'm like, if I'm going to get upset or like frustrated with something that I literally asked for, like God's literally like, I gave you exactly what you wished for, but you're still gonna find a way to complain about it. And so I kind of had to take a step back and forget about how I felt about the situation, but then look at the reality. He's given me everything that I wanted. And so if I want somebody that I can depend on and I want somebody that's taking care of me, I already have that, because that's what God does. But anyway, I want to go ahead and get on a drive, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about achieving your goals in 2026, how you can actually do that. And I'll give you guys kind of like a bit of a spiel about what I'm going to be talking with the group about tonight on 2026, reaching your goals. My mentorship students, I'm going to be talking with them about it, helping them reach their goals and making an actual plan. And I'll do the same for you guys right here on this video. All right, guys. Well, it is officially 2026. So many things happening this year, some of which we already know of. If you guys don't know, I'm getting married in February. We just signed a lease for our first apartment, so I'm moving out. 2025 was obviously a super big year. We graduated high school, we got engaged, we took a few vacations, but 2026, there's so much more that we have going on. And so I'm just really, really excited about this new year. I literally got fired up. Like as soon as it turned 2026, I only got excited because I know how much is gonna happen this year. Life itself is gonna change, I know that for a fact, but also all of you guys watching behind this, I want you guys to really think about your goals, and this is kind of how you're going to attain them in the same way that I did. I want you guys to think about your goals and then think, okay, let's say your goal is to make more money. Let's say your goal is to get in shape. Let's say your goal is to get closer to God. Let's say your goal is to pick up a new habit of some sort. Whatever goal it is, you guys have to think backwards from, okay, this is what I want and future me has this. Who is that person and what do they do? What do they do daily, weekly, throughout the month? What are they continuously doing? So think of your goals and think of the type of person that has those things or that is those things, and then think backwards from their routines. Let's say that you want to make $10,000 a month, for example. Okay, what is that person? Well, they're going to be consistent, so that means you have to have discipline to do something that you may or may not feel like doing every single day. On a weekly time frame, they're always thinking about how they can create something new, maybe innovate a little bit. What they're doing on the monthly time frame, well, they're tracking their finances, they're tracking their spending, how they can mathematically accomplish those certain things, and that person is going to attain that in the same way. If you think, okay, I want to get into shape, think of the type of person that's in shape. Well, they're eating healthy, so you got to have a clean diet. They're working out on a consistent basis, and they're continuing to stay disciplined throughout not only like their diet and working out, but like just day-to-day life, making the right decisions. And you kind of have to choose to be that person in order to get to your goal. So it's not just me telling you guys regurgitated information that you guys may find, and it's like, yeah, like you have to work hard, stay disciplined, you know, like those things are good and they're necessary, but think backwards from the type of things that you want and then the type of person that has those things. And then from there, you are going to be able to attain your dreams and attain the goals that you have in the same way that I did in 2025. In 2026, my biggest goals are, well, number one, I'm going to be a millionaire. Number two, I'm going to retire my parents. And then number three, I want to be more dependent on God. And those are like probably the main three things, but I know all those things are going to happen. They're going to happen because I know the type of person that accomplishes those things. I know the type of person that is those things, and I know what he does. And I'm going to start doing those things. And then sooner or later, the reality will manifest in itself, and I will become that. So I really do appreciate you guys for watching this vlog. If you guys did enjoy this, let me know. There's a lot more coming in for 2026. The vlogs are going to change a lot. The videos are going to get better. My second channel is going to get a lot better. If you guys aren't following that, that's more like trading education and stuff like that. Also, if you guys are trying to get started with trading in this new year, I have a free trading course in the description. Then I also have my one-on-one team where I get on calls with you guys one-on-one, where we're getting on calls, basically helping you guys within your trading, and then I'm giving you guidance by me personally, and you have a community to access. We do 8 group calls a week. We also do like that entails of live trading, coaching calls, and then we do a bunch of other stuff inside of their giveaways, all that good stuff. So if you guys are trying to get started with trading and kind of kickstart your 2026 with a proper guidance within your trading, and you really want to take it serious, go check out the link in the description. It'll be the first one there. Other than that, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to just stick around, kind of see what I'm doing, and I hope you all had a great start to your new year. Thank you guys. Also, I just want to remind you guys, in case you don't already know, to start off the new year and to give you guys as much value as I possibly can, I'm going to be doing a free masterclass on this Thursday, January 8th. I'm going to be going very in-depth with the amount of information that I give you guys to then be able to help you start off your year the right way, and also just to give you some of my personal guidance. This is going to be a live event to where I'm giving you guys not only strategy, but also ways to implement that inside of your trading and how you're actually gonna be able to see success within this next year. Make sure you guys show up to that. The link will be in the description if you guys wanna go ahead and check that out. And you guys can register to save your spot with the link in the description. Again, Thursday, January 8th, it's going to be a live event where I'm showcasing everything that I use in my trading and then also helping you guys personally with the things that you guys need help with, because I've been taking a lot of feedback from students, people on Instagram. I've been doing polls, and that is all with the intention of being able to help you guys with exactly what you are struggling with. So definitely not something that you want to miss, especially with this new year. If you want to change your life with trading in the same way that it did mine, if you can start off the year by taking action, I guarantee you the rest of your year is going to look even better.